Hey soul family, welcome back to the channel. This is the White Feather Tarot, and in today's reading we are doing what is currently standing in your way in manifesting your dream. Your dream could be really about anything. We'll take a look at your cards today and see what that could be and what you can do about it. And to do this reading, we will be picking out 3 piles together. I feel like 1 is standing out, 2 and 3. Let's see what they are. So for pile number 1, we have the 8 of Wands. For pile number 2, we have the 9 of Swords. And for pile number 3, we have the Hanged Man. If you like to pick with crystals, let me add these right now. There we go. So for pile number 1, we have the Amazonite, and this is what it looks like. For pile number 2, we have the Lapis Lazuli, and this is what it looks like. There we go. And for pile number 3, we have the yellow Aventurine, and this is what it looks like. All right, so take a look at which one of these 3 piles or 3 crystals you're the most drawn to. And that's probably the pile for you here today. If you feel drawn to more than 1 pile or more than 1 crystal, trust your intuition, because your intuition will always guide you to the right readings, whether it's 1, several, or all of them. And as usual, you'll find the timestamps down in the description box. Click on your times and I'll see you in your readings. Hey soul family, how are you? How is your life going? Welcome to the shuffling and the card picking process. I love spending this time with you. And today, as you know, we will be doing a reading about what is currently standing in your way in manifesting your dream. Now, these are the oracle decks that we will be using for this reading. And these are the tarot decks that we will be using for the reading. So let's now start shuffling with intention. The intention that I'm setting for this reading is for every deck that I will be using, and that is what is currently standing in your way of manifesting your dreams. So I feel this one actually. So we have the 3 here. Great. Let's move on to our next oracle deck, and let's push these a little bit to the back so we have the space that we need. All right. Now, oh, I see this one ready. So 1. I see 2. Do they want to come out together? Okay, we'll take these 2 here. And this one for pile 3. Great. Now let's get into the next deck. Oh, it says happy, happy. Isn't that sweet, right? Wishing you a happy energy today. May you always be blessed. So, oh, great. 1, 2, and 3. I feel like with the happy that came with the collective reading, it's kind of a message of everything is gonna be okay, you're gonna have what you want, is the message that I really felt with the happy. Let's get into the last oracle deck that we will be using. Oh, I feel these 3 actually. 1, 2, 3, yeah. Okay. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so now we're ready to use our tarot decks. Ooh. And we will be taking 2 cards out of each deck. Thank you very much. So 1, 2, and 3. One, 2, and 3. Next deck. One, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, let's now, I'm just putting the decks aside. Let's now get into our next tarot deck. We have a lot of space now. Again, shuffle with intention. What is currently standing in your way of manifesting your dream? One, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3. Lovely. Okay, now on to our last tarot deck. Oh, the Sun card. Do you see? Happy, the Sun card. I feel all the cards came in oranges and yellow today. Such positive energy, and I feel like you're going to have your dreams come true. It's like seeing through a small portal in the future of how your dream is going to manifest, that it is coming true, before you even start your reading, to see how you can see you can remove what's standing in your way in manifesting your dream. So 1, 2, 3. Why did I remove that? We need another one. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so we have our 3 piles ready. Let's now put it together. All right, so for pile number 1, let's put it together, and now it's ready. Pile number 1 is ready with the Amazonite. Pile number 2 is now ready. with the Lapis Lazuli. There we go. And pile number 3. Is now ready with the yellow Aventurine. All right, so now I believe our piles are ready. Thank you for sticking around and for sharing your energy with me as we prepare your piles. I always enjoy it. And let's get into your reading. Hi, pile number 1. Welcome to your reading. You have chosen the Amazonite as well as the 8 of Wands. So let's take a closer look at what your cards are saying in terms of what's currently standing in your way of manifesting your dreams. So we'll be starting with your oracle cards first. In your pile you had 2 of these cards, not just one. So you have the riddle. Yeah, I see something being complicated, many things being tied up together, where it's not as simple as just doing one thing and then it's all gonna be okay. I see that your situation seems to be a bit entangled, a bit complicated. It's not easy, at least in the beginning. Okay, you also have passion and pleasure. Wow. Savor your life. So beautiful. Okay. You have cleansing waters. Purification activates vibrant life force. Interesting card to come with the riddle, really. So these 2 cards go together with this. Let's continue to look at the rest of your cards. You have sextile. A combination of tension and flow, which is what we're seeing here, right? We're seeing opposites of passion and pleasure, cleansing water, purification, but at the same time we're seeing a riddle. So yeah, a combination of tension and flow. Potential and a rewarding situation. Let's keep this here. Okay. Let's now, we have one more oracle card. You have a lot. You have an extra oracle card. We have peace. It's a lovely card to end your oracle collection with. How are we going to do this? I'm going to put your Amazonite right there. This here, yeah, that's the way we can do it. Wonderful. Let's now take a look at your oracle cards, pile number 1. Sorry, your tarot cards. You have the Tower. The 4 of Swords, very cute 4 of Swords. Peaceful. Again, opposite energies, right? You have the Fool. The Rebel, which is the Emperor. You have the 8 of Cups. The 2 of Pentacles. The 3 of Swords. And the High Priestess. Interesting. This will need a good look at. So what is standing in your way in manifesting your dreams. Pile number 1. Apologies, pile number 1, I had to charge the camera. Okay, so we can clearly see in your reading what is standing in your way in manifesting your dreams. Getting the riddle card as well as the tower card here, I do see that, yeah, and also the sextile with the tension and flow. We'll talk about that in a second. But I clearly see that there's so much going on in your life at the moment that it's complicated. Perhaps so much drama or so many challenges, and it's quite hard to do something about your dreams after all of this going on. And the time that you do have, you want to rest with the peace card here. You want to purify what happened in your life. You can see all over your reading that resting is very important, and it's definitely something that you deserve after having to deal with all of these challenges, especially with the Three of Swords. We see a bed and a journal. You want to rest. You want to wind down with all of the fast-moving energy and things going on in your life. So, yeah, the Four of Swords, winding down, resting, and just preparing yourself for the next challenge or the next day. So, what do we see in your cards that talks about how you can manifest your dreams? Now that we have a good idea of what's really standing in your way. And that's why you have the sextile with tension and flow. That is your key here, especially that it's in conjunction with this special card that says savor your life, passion and pleasure. Let's break it down. So here we do see some performers making a beautiful show for other spectators in a car next to a caravan. So we see the idea that they're perhaps touring, they're putting on a wonderful show, and they're entertaining others, doing their job, and that it's a temporary phase where they'll finally be over this and go back home and rest. And so this reminds me of the idea that the show must go on. People during their nighttime in their caravans, they're human beings and they have so much going on. Perhaps they miss their families. They have maybe water shortages sometimes, or they get accidents during their travels, or they're feeling ill. Just all sort of things happen during travels, and that's why we say the show must go on. And it talks about here people who, I'm guessing, people who are performers and must do the paid shows despite the fact that they might have other things in their homes that they're worrying about. And so we get the clear idea of the show must go on. What does this mean? This means pile number 1 with the 8 of Wands, move the energy, and the Amazonite, filtrate and move the energy by taking small, consistent steps towards what you want. Whereas with the 8 of Cups, you'd rather rest, as we see it all over your reading. You'd rather rest, rejuvenate, and that is important. But make sure you put in something small, at least, every day towards what you want. By deciding to get up and do what you should do after your rest, when you have decided to do it. So it's the idea of doing what you need to do when you should do it, whether you feel like it or not. That is clearly clarified in the Fool and the Rebel, which is the Emperor. To have that force of breaking the chains that are keeping you stuck in this cycle and causing this riddle, and taking action with the Fool when it's time to take action without thinking much about it. This way you would balance these two energies in your lives of pursuing your dreams as well as maintaining the rest that you need. And so here I see in your card with the High Priestess that you kind of know intuitively that your dreams will be manifesting and that they're coming true. Seeing tarot cards specifically in this reading, I would say you've seen readings over readings with your intuition and listening to perhaps other tarot readers. Maybe you've even had private readings, who knows. You've seen over and over. You know that it's about to happen for you, that your dreams will come true for you. And it's really all about taking that step despite the challenges, the big challenges happening in your life. Totally understandable, totally relatable, totally you're right to want to rest. But you also want your dream coming true. This is what will give you the ultimate rest that you are looking for. And that's why the answer here is to balance between both. Rest, rejuvenate, but when the time comes, when the clock ticks, at the time where you're promised yourself that you would do something about it, that's when at all costs is when you would get up, do what you need to do the promised task that you promised yourself you would do, because you are worth that when you should do it, whether you feel like it or not, to just take the step without thinking much about it. And that's where we have tension and flow. Tension with all that's going on and needing to rest, and flow for your future and to have the final peace, the ultimate peace that you're looking for. Pile number 1, and that's perhaps why you were drawn so much to the Eight of Wands. The Eight of Wands is all about velocity, things finally moving, and to move this entangled energy is to do something about it, even if little, every single day, because little by little, finally, a little becomes a lot. And that's the key here in your reading, pile number 3. With the Three of Swords, again, it's talking about taking the time to rejuvenate, taking the time to perhaps journal about things that are bothering you, to talk to someone close about it, to live it for a while. But once you've done that, you spring yourself back up and you allow yourself to live it, to rest because of it. But then when it's time for it, spring back up and finally take little actions every day that will finally help you reach the shore, reach the first threshold towards your dreams. And once you're there, you're going to be sailing. They're no longer going to be small steps, because the winds and the waves will be pushing you towards your dreams. Pile number 1. Another thing that I'm seeing is to leave the things that didn't happen in the past with the Tower. Because the reason I feel this type of energy when I see this specific Tower card, because, you know, the poem says with all of the king's horses and all of the king's men couldn't put Humpty Dumpty together again. I see that maybe there's also a lot of a huge feeling of wasting time, that you've wasted so much time and now it's going to take even more. But here I see that you feel like you can't fix what happened. But this is really not the case, because time is going to pass anyway. So why not use that time that's going to pass anyway to finally make it happen for yourself? Let it take its time. Forget about the time that was wasted in the past. Whatever was in the past, let it be in the past. And now you're starting anew, walking away from this energy and deciding that now is the time that you're seriously going to take steps, even if they're little, towards that dream, because you deserve it and because you'll be living something marvelous, as your predictions have been telling you. You will feel at peace, you will feel achieved, you will feel like a winner and you will be living your dream, right? In fact, it's also going to be happening quite faster than you imagine it would be because of the Eight of Wands. But the whole trick is to start taking these little steps every day. And once you're at a certain threshold, you'll be surprised that the waves push you much faster from continent to continent than you have imagined, than the initial steps have been taking you. Pile number 1. Now that we've had a good idea about what is currently standing in your way and an advice on how to make it happen, I'm going to pick up your tarot cards and I will seek specific details for you. Advice on what you can do today that will help you get into this wave energy that we've seen to take you quickly towards your dream. What can you do specifically today that will help you with this process? Can we kindly know, please? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. All right, so you have the Judgment card, the Three of Wands. Apologies if you hear any background noise. This is my dog. I always keep him next to me. You have the Ace of Wands, the Empress, the Lovers. Empress and the Lovers, such beautiful energy here, especially that it's at that Four of Swords. And you have the Eight of Cups appearing again in your reading. Okay. So with the Judgment here, I'm seeing the idea of not judging anything, not judging the circumstances that you're in, not judging the time wasted, not judging anything, but now creating a new narrative that you're excited about following. I see the exact steps that need to happen is to imagine the future, imagine the beautiful plans that you want, and to start feeling excited about the fact that you're starting to take action towards this beautiful symphony, this beautiful dream that you have. So make sure, pile number 1, that you clearly know what your dreams are, what type of steps you want to take to get back the excitement of following this beautiful dream. And with the Three of Wands, we see the idea of springing into action, knowing what you want to do and to take action towards it. Because we see here that once you get yourself into this flow, the beginning with the Ace of Wands, the Empress, and the Lovers card will not only make you feel in charge, like you finally started being in control of your dreams, but you will see the opposite energy that you have been experiencing, where in the past it was so heavy to begin. Now that you've actually begun, that you're taking real action towards your goals, you'll find yourself excited, enjoying it as you're doing it every day. Because with the Empress centering your reading, the idea that you have it under control by pushing yourself to do what you initially don't feel like doing. That push in the beginning is the whole secret, because once you pushed yourself and you're already in the flow, you'll feel like, hey, it wasn't so bad after all. In fact, in productivity, it's explained that it's that initial first push that's the most bitter. It's doing that first push, that taking that first action is what needs to be celebrated the most, more than anything else, because you've just done something that most people aren't capable of doing. And that's the initial action taking, the initial inertia of moving yourself out of the emotions that are fighting you from doing something you don't feel like doing. Pushing that crossing that initial threshold is what springs you to action. And from that point onwards, when you see things rolling during the first minute, you'll realize really it wasn't that bad after all. And you'll be charged with excitement and love towards yourself and your dreams that you're actually taking these steps towards it. So that is your advice in terms of what you should start doing now that would push you towards your dreams. Pile number 1, that is the trick here. And with the 8 of Cups, you'll finally be walking away from standing on the table staring at your tasks to actually finally making them. That will be your trick every single day, to get over the initial feeling of, oh, I don't feel like it, to actually doing something about it. This is the trick here. Once you do that step, you'll find yourself flowing, doing what needs to get done, congratulating yourself. And pile number 1, I know you're going to go through this, and I know you are going to do great. And as you've been promised, I know that you're going to achieve your dreams. All the best of luck, pile number 1, from my heart to yours. May you achieve your dreams. So proud of you, and I know you're gonna do it. So pile number 1, that was your reading. If you've enjoyed it, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. Don't forget to click on your notification bell, and please, pile number 1, don't forget to check out my productivity book. This book could really help you out in this journey. It's small, straight to the point, and so you won't procrastinate or waste time reading it. But it has all the key advice and secrets to becoming a productive person right away, all while enjoying this process. I'm really sure this book could help you out in this journey. If you're interested in it and you're called to see it, you'll find a link to this ebook down in the description box. And there's also now an audiobook that you can enjoy listening to this book rather than reading it as well. That's an option if you want. And pile number 1, it was such a pleasure doing this reading for you. I'm rooting for you. And I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye. Hi, pile number 2. Welcome to your reading. You have chosen the beautiful Lapis Lazuli as well as the 9 of Swords. It says a lot, the 9 of Swords. But let's take a look at the rest of your cards and see what is currently standing in your way in manifesting your dream. And hopefully as well, towards the end of the reading, we'll get clear advice on what you can do exactly. All right, so pile number 2, you have the empty room. You also have Wandering Path. What an interesting card. Enjoy the journey. And we see a compass here as well. And, you know, foxes, they always remind me of being business savvy. Whether this is, of course, a dream about a business or not, that's the element that I saw. But doesn't necessarily have to be business. It could be being smart and knowing exactly what you want. All right. So let's take a look at the rest of your cards. You have round and round and round and round. With empty room, this says a lot. You have the 5th house with passion, play, children, confidence, and creativity. That's why you have the compass and the fox here. Whatever dream it is, you kind of know it, exactly what you want. And you're very passionate about it. Let me push this here. Yeah, that's much better. All right, so you have the 10 of Cups. The 5 of Swords. You have the Star card with silence. You have the World card with completion. interesting that these two would come together. You have the Page of Swords, the Queen of Swords, you have the Knight of Wands with a dragon there. Wow, what a Nine of Wands. Do you see how the kitty cat is trying to take the wand? This is the first time for me to notice that. And you have the Page of Wands, Knight of Wands, and Page of Swords. So Page of Swords, Queen of Swords, Knight of Wands, and Page of Wands. Let's take a closer look at your cards, pile number 2. So what I'm seeing in your reading, you see, with the Nine of Swords from the beginning, we can see that you're stressed. You're worried about your dream not coming true. It could even be scaring you or worrying you. And with the empty room, I do see that maybe at the moment you're not seeing much result. Despite the fact that you do strike me as someone who knows exactly what they want, knows their way. You believe you're doing everything you can and it should be working, but it's not at the moment with the empty room. And so here, for this specific reason, I understand why your reading has started with the 10 of Cups and why it's ending also with a big promise here with the Star card and the completion card. I see, pile number 2, that despite the challenges, which I see and we're going to get to in a second, I see a big promise that with the 10 of Cups, you'll be, because 10s are an excess of an energy, you'll be overflowing with happiness. You'll have your dream come true and it's going to complete, despite the fact that at the moment you feel like you're not getting anything and that you keep going round and round and round and nothing is happening. This takes me to my next point. With the round and round and the 5 of Swords, I feel like you're smart, you know what you want, you keep trying, but you keep getting into this endless loop of challenges, and that's where the stress is coming from. You feel like you're handling one thing and then another thing comes and makes a strike, and you try to fix that, and another thing comes and strikes. And at the moment, you're overflowing with challenges, worry, and with all of this effort, you at the same time feel that nothing much is happening. That's why you have all of these promises showing you that with all of this happening, you will be getting your dream come true. Now let's talk about what is currently standing in your way of manifesting this. We see here in the 5 of Swords, this is, by the way, the Alice in Wonderland tarot deck. So we see here the Red Knight and the White Knight in a battle, right? But the battle between the Red and White Knights isn't so serious. You see the Red Knight knocking off the White Knight, and the White Knight isn't that concerned about it, springs back up, rides their horse, and it's all kind of a game, you know? So from that energy, I feel like what is standing in your way is the idea of taking challenges to heart, where you feel like it's not giving you much results, whereas the energy advised is to be knocked down and spring back again. The Queen of Swords is all about commitment, and the Page of Swords is excited about pursuing something. In fact, you have the 5th house showing the great advice of how to turn the current energy into the energy that will make things flow with passion. Take it as a play, exactly like the Red and White Knights playing in the Alice in Wonderland. When you face challenges, by knowing that it's going to happen for you anyway, take it lightly, so that you don't get into a spiral of anxiousness and worry, and rather understand that these are just challenges along the way, that it doesn't, the achieving your dream is not a straight line. It has its ups and downs. In fact, do you see the Knight of Wands here? The red Knight of Wands here. The one that was winning over the challenge is now being challenged by a huge dragon. Their wand is about to be taken by the kitten. And so my point is to outsmart the challenges. Whenever you get a challenge, you outsmart it by having a different mental state towards it. Fine, a challenge happened, okay. I'm getting my dream no matter what happens in the end. That is happening. So knowing that, what can I do to spring back up from this challenge and show this challenge what I'm made out of? That's the energy here that is really either going to push you forward or stand in your way. It's the mentality, the way you see it. Are you seeing, am I not getting anything? And you have all the right to feel that, pile number 2. Totally. And that's why your advice is guiding you to see it in another way, so that you don't get into a spiral of going round and round and round and feeling frustrated in the end. So it's all an emotional game at this stage of your life. It's going through a hurdle until you go and spring upward into completion and getting your dream come true. So we see a difference in energy here. Instead of feeling like you're knocked down, do like the knights in the Alice in Wonderland. It's not so serious. It's like, all right, did you put me down? I'm gonna come back up and show you who you are. You know, that kind of fun energy. To do it in a playful, like the 5 house suggests, with passion. To do it with tranquility. To commit with tranquility. To commit but with passion. See, you have here, enjoy the journey. Know that you're going to get it at the end, and do it with passion. Take the challenge slowly while being committed. Commit to what you need to do, and say, hey, there are challenges in the way. I know I want this dream to come true. I initially felt the hit, but I'm going to get up and it's all right, and I'm going to do the necessary to complete this. Most importantly, don't take it too much to heart, where you're so stressed about it. Take it slow, enjoy the ride, enjoy it as you're doing it. Don't be too stressed about it. It is going to pass. It is going to end. You will finish one task or one challenge after the other, and you will have your dream come true, whether this has to do with a personal dream, a career dream, a financial dream, a romantic dream, whatever it is. Let it happen. Know that challenges are going to happen anyway. And since challenges happen, there are 2 ways to face it. Either feel really bad about it, or initially get the hit, but say, well, these things happen. I want my dream, and I'd rather be at peace now. And that's why you have the silence card, to get your dream in peace. You're going to get it anyway. You're going to get your dream happen anyway. But why suffer through it? And so I see your advice here to enjoy the ride, exactly, enjoy the journey, to do it peacefully, and as you do that, you go there quickly. This type of energy is not standing in your way, making you go round and round, but taking you softly, swiftly, and quickly towards exactly what you want. And this way, with the pages, you look at things from a different perspective. First of all, with your emotions, to slowly but surely talk yourself into completing and facing the challenge. And also with the Page of Swords, facing it one step at a time. One step at a time will lead you to the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords knows what she wants, is decisive, is in control, and knows how to get it done. And it is this state of mind, of enjoying it, rather than feeling stressed about it and that is not frustrated that nothing is happening. It is that very same thing that will stop the spiral. Because spirals, they are a symbol of life force, and depending on which way they're spiraling, they're either pushing life force or attracting life force. So it's changing the direction of this spiral to change the direction of life force. Being stressed about it will push life force. Being passionate about it and nonchalant and calm will attract life force. So things are happening, push it towards you, and no matter what happens, pile number 2, there's a promise of completion. You're getting what you want. So enjoy that and start taking new steps like the pages here suggests. Know that whatever hits you, you can hit it back with strength, and you'll start feeling in control. Things will start coming into place, and you will see that instead of the empty room, you now know your direction, and things are actually starting to happen for you. Pile number 2. This is exactly what I see here as advice in your reading of what is currently standing in your way. And always remember, it all starts with the heart and how you see things and how you feel about it. So pile number 2, all the best of luck in your dream. May you achieve it very soon and have this beautiful completion and celebrate it, just like the 10 of Cups is showing here. May you have everything that you want, and may you go through this journey with enjoyment and peace. And that was your reading, pile number 2. If you've enjoyed it, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. Don't forget to click on your notification bell. And please, pile number 2, don't forget to check out my productivity book. This book could really help you out in your journey, and in fact will help you enjoy it. This book is small, straight to the point, and so you won't procrastinate on reading it, but it has all the key advice and secrets to becoming a productive person right away, all while enjoying the process. And so if you're interested in that, you'll find a link to this ebook down in the description box. And also now there's an audiobook if you're interested. And pile number 2, it was such a pleasure doing this reading for you. I'm wishing you all the best of luck. May you always enjoy your journey, and I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye. Hi, pile number 3. Welcome to your reading. You have chosen the beautiful yellow Aventurine as well as the Hanged Man. All right, so let's take a look at your cards and see what is currently standing in your way of manifesting your dream, pile number 3. First off, we'll be starting with your oracle cards. So you have the Mask. Quite interesting. Okay. Can you see that? Let me adjust that. There we go. The Mask. All right. You have Yin, the Yin energy. There we go. With intuition, trust, patience, spirituality, of course, and receptivity. Okay, it's like you can't see something here. Something is not clear, that's why, maybe. All right. You have co-create. And let's keep this one right there so that we have space. You have overcoming obstacles. You can overcome anything. Really lovely cards to start your reading. Let's see what this is all about here. Especially that you were drawn to the Hanged Man. I see maybe you could be seeing something the other way around. Something is not clear to you at the moment. Let's take a look at the rest of your cards. So pile number 3, you have the Queen of Pentacles. the Seven of Pentacles. You can see the soldiers there coloring the roses for the queen, because she initially wanted them red and they planted it white. Okay, so some sort of deception or changing facts, seeing something in the way you want to see it, maybe. Let's see. You have the Knight of Wands with intensity. Ooh, you have the Wheel of Fortune with change. I kind of feel like fortune will happen with change, and changing in something. So the wheels are going to turn by changing something, changing the energy of something, moving in the other way with the Knight of Wands. You have the Five of Swords. Again, the energy of it was all fun and games until something happened, something of the sort. You have the Chariot. The Ace of Cups. And you have the Queen of Wands. So such a beautiful Queen of Wands. So powerful. Okay, so what is going on exactly here? I would say pile number 3. What is currently standing in your way of manifesting your dreams? Having taken a look at your cards with the Seven of Pentacles here. This is, of course, the wrong way of doing something. The Seven of Pentacles is usually taking things slowly, but with coloring the flowers, what's supposed to blossom, I see that it's something is tainted, an idea is tainted. With the Five of Swords, again, swords are thoughts, and I would say in this case of this reading, especially that other people are outside not really harming you, I feel like there's self-harm in terms of thought. Why am I insisting on that? Because with the Hanged Man and the mask, something is masked from you. The Hanged Man is being trapped in a certain thought. We see a lot of color behind the mask and darkness and blackness in front of the mask. What would that say to me? This would say that behind the mask, you know you're talented. You have so much skills. You're a force that is waiting to do something or be something. Or maybe it shows that you have a lot of talent, a lot of potential, a lot of amazing things about you that you are blocking, you're not seeing. Maybe due to a past experience or due to beliefs from the past. Whatever it is, these thoughts are tainted and they're making you take steps towards the wrong direction, the wrong some sort of deception. Keeping you trapped, and changing this energy will change your fate, moving into the other opposite direction. Because with this Five of Swords, I feel like you're hurting yourself at the moment, hurting your potential, hurting what you can do. Your cards are screaming with color. You have the capability with the Queen of Wands to be more than you can ever currently imagine. And so, to remove what is standing in your way is to co-create, to combine two important elements, as you can see here. Your great potential as also apparent with the yin energy. There is so much maybe inherent talent in you that you're born with, inherent beauty, inherent resources that are available to you, skills, whatever it is. Connect that potential with your ideas, with the owl here, with your belief and understanding to change that idea, that you come. This way you will overcome the obstacle standing in your way. You remember the reading is all about what is currently standing in your way. That is standing right. Swords are ideas. That is what is standing in your way of having full potential and getting everything that you want. You're moving with a false idea here with the Seven of Pentacles, building or moving ahead with the wrong idea, tainting wrong idea of believing that maybe you can't. But it's not the truth, pile number 3. This is an idea that is keeping you trapped. And with the Five of Swords, is hurting your potential. Your cards are really making me feel so passionate about showing you just how much potential there is with the Ace of Wands and the Queen of Wands, the Knight of Wands. There's so much potential. What a waste it would be to simply let that go to waste for one idea. How about you give it a try? Pile number 3. To believe in what you have. To know that you have so much than what your thoughts are telling you. That you are beaming with potential, with the yin energy. So much internal potential energy that turn into kinetic energy, as we say in science, right? Turn that force outwards into yin energy and make it happen. The Queen of Pentacles is someone who is independent, knows how to make her dreams happen, knows how to get into action, understands the cycle of her element, the cycle of earth, knows how to take control of it, understands the ups and downs, and is not fooled by the cycle, knows that there is a cycle, goes through it, and slowly builds it up. The Queen of Wands is someone who's confident, someone who knows what they're made of. And so the invitation here with the Ace of Cups and the Queen of Wands to reach the Queen of Wands that you are meant to be, and this is of course energy, whether male or female, it starts with one little change of emotion, and it's to give yourself the chance to believe that you are worth it, to believe that you have it, to believe that there is so much on the inside that is waiting to radiate on the outside. With that belief in place, your whole energy changes, pile number 3. And you start moving forward with the Chariot. You no longer need to taint, because with the tainting, perhaps this is, what is it called? Not fool syndrome. Imposter syndrome, of feeling that you're acting it but you might get caught for not being it. This is so not true, pile number 3. Your reading is showing something else, and please know, pile number 3, that you are it, that you are it, that you are full of amazing resources that your business would want, your friends would want, your dream needs, whatever your dream needs, it's all there, but it's tainted by a false idea that you do not have imposter syndrome. It's not true. You're not an imposter, pile number 3. You are full of yin energy, and this wrong idea, as soon as you heal it and let it not hurt you, to realize that it is the thing standing in your way, that idea. It is what is causing this imposter syndrome, not whether you lack something or not. To combine these two ideas together will vibrate yin energy that will attract and put you in the right energy of moving quickly towards exactly what you want. Just changing this belief is what your reading is talking about. It is what is currently standing in your way as an obstacle. Changing that will help you start instantly manifesting what you want. It's time for you to have it now. And in the past, perhaps it was all playing games. Maybe this thought wasn't hurting you much, but maybe it grew and now it's truly hurting you. And now it's time to completely change it and change anew with yourself. Start anew with yourself with a different beautiful thought of, what if I deserve this? What if I am that? And operate from that thought. What if I am that? What if I deserve it? If others don't like it, then they're not meant to be in my story. And if they do like it, then this is what's meant to be in my story. If some things are not working, it's not meant to be. And other things are working, that's the doors where you are going to open, that are meant to be opened for you to step into your dream. Pile number 3. And I will leave you with this thought, pile number 3. We see here the Queen of Pentacles. Usually the Queen of Pentacles is depicted as someone who you can rely on, someone who gets things done, someone who can and is, in fact, she's seen as the real life twin to the Empress. Someone who's nurturing and caring, and someone who maybe not as witty and charismatic as the Queen of Wands, which you do have in your reading, just saying, but is more of someone that gets things done. You can rely on her, knows how to do things and create her own world. Whereas in the Alice in Wonderland card, they've chosen to depict the White Queen, who is very who's well intentioned. She loves dearly her daughter Lily the Prawn, but is easily distracted. And so we can clearly see all over your reading the idea of someone having full potential to do something amazing, but is distracted by perhaps thoughts that are not true. And so pile number 3, know that the energy of your reading is clearly stating that you are full of potential. This thought is not true. And you are going to be doing amazing things. In fact, more amazing than anyone would imagine with the Queen of Wands and the Queen of Pentacles. Wow. You are on the brinks. Do you see where her hand is outside the frame? You are on the brinks of making a huge change in your life, changing directions. And all that is going to take is a change of thought. Pile number 3, that was your reading. My heart is with you. I'm rooting for you. I really am. So that was your reading, pile number 3. If you've enjoyed it, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. Don't forget to click on your notification bell. And pile number 3, please note that I do have a productivity book. If this is about you achieving your dreams and being productive, this book could really help you out. It's small, straight to the point, and so you won't procrastinate or waste time reading it. But it has all the key advice and secrets to becoming a productive person right away, all while enjoying this process. And so if you're interested in that, you'll find a link to this ebook down in the description box. Also, now there's an audiobook for it as well, if this is what you enjoy. And pile number 3, it was such a pleasure doing your reading. Thank you for tuning in. Wishing you all the best of luck. I hope you heed the call, pile number 3. And I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye.